All right, well, welcome to Chapter 6. We're going to be looking at risk exposure factors, and what we're going to be doing during this particular chapter is revisiting a couple of those components that we've really spent a good bit of time talking about, this idea of sensitivity, severity, and likelihood. We're going to link them all together, and we're going to do it in a qualitative way. The quantitative way we've covered in the last chapter. Actually, we had a couple of additional readings there. So this chapter is going to focus more on the qualitative. We're building tables, then we're using those tables to do a calculation of what the particular risk likelihood, sensitivity, or severity is. All right, so moving beyond subjective, we're trying to map it into a framework now. We're not going to just make stuff up. We're not going to use fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Oh, no. We're moving in and building risk scales that allow us to map likelihood, and then severity, and then integrate sensitivity into that. So let's dig right into that. So the idea is something like this. We're going to start by looking at severity. And as you know, severity is a measure of impact, of magnitude, of extent or scope, okay, or how persuasive the damage is going to be. If we were to look at this and compare it against the CIAA model, confidentiality, integrity, availability, and accountability, looking at availability, it could be the length of time that a service is not available. It could be the scope of resources that are affected. And so as you can see in this qualitative analysis, we're mapping this into a low, moderate, or high table. And we've got one table associated with the disruption of the service and how widespread it is. We've got another one associated with how long that service is going to be. If we move over to confidentiality, we're doing the same thing. All right? So again, you see this low, moderate, and high, and we're defining what those are. Full access, limited access, indirectly contribute to unauthorized viewing. Move into integrity, we're doing the same thing. We're trying to measure, does it indirectly, limited, or full access to modify, destroy, or create information. And in that bottom table, we're looking at accountability. Low, medium, moderate, and high. So you get the idea. We're taking all four of those information characteristics, confidentiality, integrity, availability, and accountability. We're mapping their severity into a table that maps to low, moderate, or high, and allows us, if you will, to link all of that information together. And then what you can do is then map that into an overarching table that looks like this, and allows you to take all of those four factors and map them into a kind of paragraph version of low, moderate, and high. Well, very good. So we've talked about severity. Now what we're going to do in the next video is pick up the same thing, do the same thing, but we're going to do it as it applies to likelihood. All right, so keep on watching, keep on learning. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.